Pray to HaKadosh Baruch Hu to have good news and really simcha this coming up month. Amen. I want to share with you a very interesting Gemara. The Gemara writes there was a family, neighbors, were neighbors, and they like each other very much. One family had a son, baby boy. And the other family, they had a daughter. And they say between themselves, inshallah, whenever they will grow up, would love to marry each other. Great. The kids grew up, and there is a halakha, there is a takana that Chazal put, that a person is not allowed to marry a woman without seeing her. Right? Shh, shh, shh. So you're not allowed to marry a woman, thank you, without seeing the woman before. Good? Good. So now the boy finally comes to see the girl. And what happened at that moment? He sees the girl, goes back to his parents and he says, absolutely not. I'm not marrying this girl. He says, why not? And I'm sorry about the words. He says, she's ugly. She's ugly. I'm not ready to marry this ugly lady. And Rabotai, not nice. But not nice. He doesn't want to get married to somebody that he doesn't like. A lot of pressure in the family, back and forth. They try this way, they try that way. The difference, to make the long story short, the guy stood up one day and he said, I make a neder, I make a vow that I will never marry this woman because she's not pretty. So leave me alone. He said that neder, this vow, he said it because, he had too much pressure. Rabotai, the Gemara says that there was a rabbi by name Rabbi Ishmael. Rabbi Ishmael took this girl and started to buy her nice clothing. Took her to feed her more, fix her teeth. She looked better. She looked much prettier. The end of the story was that Rabbi Ishmael made this girl beautiful. And one day, Rabbi Ishmael calls up the boy and he says, did you make a vow not to marry so-and-so? He says, yes. Why did you make that vow? Because she's not pretty. And then the rabbi shows the boy the girl. Now, updated, nice, clean, healthy, improved, everything. And the rabbi asked him, did you meant about this woman that you will never marry her? He says, no, I never meant about her. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. So, if that's the case, you vow it's fine and you can marry the woman. Now, Rabbi, here comes the Rishonim, starting with the Tosafot, and he asks a very strong question. He says, whenever a person make a vow and you want to cancel the vow, what do you need to do? How do you cancel a vow? How? You go to the rabbi. What is the rabbi doing? The rabbi, what's a petach? Petach is like an opening to see if you knew at the moment of the vow that will happen, that it was not really what you thought, so the vow is canceled. You got me? This is called petach. It says Tosafot, but we have a rule. You cannot find a petach on something that is nolad, something that it will be born after. For example, let's say a guy comes over and he says, I don't want to enjoy anymore from Shimon. I don't want to know about him, Chaz Shalom. I don't want to enjoy anything from him. Suddenly, after a couple of years, I realized that Shimon was called up to be, I don't know, the governor of Florida. Now, of course, I want to enjoy from him. What are you going to say? What? The rabbi is going to ask me. The rabbi is going to ask me, if you knew that Shimon will be the governor of Florida, you will do the vow? I will say no. Is that considered a petach? Is that considered an opening? The answer is absolutely not. Why not? It's something that happened after. It's nolad. It didn't exist before, and now he existed. So says Tosafot, this girl, she was ugly. Rabbi Ishmael made her pretty. This is called nolad. So how come, says Tosafot, that the Rabbi Shmuel was able to cancel the vow of this fellow? Rabotai, I'm taking you to this sugya because the musad that I want to take out from here. Says the Rosh, one of the Rishonim, Rabbeinu Asher. He writes something fantastic. He says, you should know. He writes, in the story with Shimon, it's called nolad, something that was born after. But in the case of the girl, no. Because the case of the girl, she was pretty from the very beginning. Just unfortunately our situation, unfortunately our environment, the property that she lives on, the health, status that she had, all these brought her to have like a layer of not pleasantable layer. And that would cause the boy not to be able to see her beauty. What Rabbi Shmuel did, he removed that layer and her original beauty came out. Say Chazal, this parasha we're going to be talking about the utensils of the Mishkan and the Beit HaMikdash. One of the main utensils, if not the main utensil, was called the Aron. The Aron, where the Torah and the tablets were put in. It was in the holiest place. My dear friends, on top of the Aron, there were two statues of a boy and a girl. Right? They're called Keruvim. Chazal is saying why Kadosh Baruch Hu decided to make a statue in the most holiest place in earth. Kodesh HaKodashim, you put a statue. How come? What? Alive? No. Statues. They moved. It was a miracle. There were statues made up of gold. So, how can you put a statue instead of Kodesh HaKodashim? So there is many answers, but one answer goes like this. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is putting the Keruvim. The Keruvim were like a boy and a girl, not a man and a woman, boy and a girl. Why a boy and a girl? Like Tinokot, like little kids. One little kids. Why? So I'll tell you. When you have a baby, you love the baby, right? Without any reason. Just because it's your baby. Then this baby grows up, and whenever he behaves nicer, so you get more happy with him, and whenever he behaves bad, so you get more upset on him. But the kid, doesn't matter if he behaves good or bad, the baby, you always feel that unbelievable love. Chazal are teaching us a musar that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is telling to each one of us. Rabotai, the same way that the girl that we mentioned before, she was beautiful in her essence. Just she got that layer of not pleasantable layer. Same thing happened with each one of us. And we say this every single morning. Elokai, neshama shenatata bi Devora. But Olam loves each one of us just because You're beautiful. Just because your neshama is beautiful. Aye, but we did bad actions. You're right. And we have a layer of ugliness. But inside us, we are those babies. Those babies that are the kiruvim, that they represent the pure love even without any reason. And that's why I heard something unbelievable. I told you yesterday about the hostage, right? Keith Siegel, that he said about the Verachah Mezono that he learned during the time that he was in Gaza. I didn't tell you this detail. Crazy. He said that he felt in a moment that all his life it was going against Hakadosh Baruch Hu. He didn't fulfill Torah mitzvot. He didn't keep up any mitzvah, tefillin, no Shabbat, no nothing. But then he said to himself, but at the end of the day, I'm still the son of Borei Olam. I'm still his son with all what I have done. I'm still the son of Hakadosh Baruch Hu. He said that thought gave him such a strength to reconnect back to Borei Olam. Many times the Yetzer Hara tells us, yeah, look at you, Habibi. How many avirot you did, how many problems you caused, how many times you say, I will never do it again. And again you repeat, and again you repeat. Borei Olam for sure, he's mad at you, he doesn't even want to look at you. That's the Yetzer Hara. Because the Emet is exactly the opposite. Am Yisrael, each one of us is beautiful. Our neshama is beautiful. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves us the same way that you love your baby when he's first born, even without any reason. Of course, that love should give us strength to want to go again into the right path and to get connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen. רבי יוחנן המלך אומר רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לצוות את ישראל לפיכך לבן להם תורה מצוות שנאמרה אדוני חפץ למען צדקו נגדי תורה בידי